Welcome, and we are going to talk about the metric system and see some conversions eventually in this chapter. So really, by the end, what we want to be able to do is talk about metric measurement of a quantity and then express that quantity using different units of measurement, but still using the same magnitude. And so in this video, we're going to focus on talking about the metric units, just a brief overview of what they are, and then the SI units, SI derived units, and then in later videos we'll discuss the other components here about kind of thinking about the qualitative perspective of units, like which one we use, and then doing more mathematics with the SI units and conversions. Okay, I do have to give a shout out to Dr. Pratt Racina because I am using many of his ideas here in this video. Okay, and then just a reminder, this is a resource should you want it. Okay, so next, just a little history about the metric system. We have established as human beings different ways to measure length throughout history. So you can see using some older systems, we talk about furlongs. Your grandparents might remember that sort of system of measurement. And then people actually used to measure distance using their hands, a bit unorthodox. People also use poppy seeds. So if you had a lemon poppy seed muffin, yeah, that used to be a measurement of length. And so those are all different systems or different ways to measure length, and they can be variable, especially like hands or but in feet we have kind of a standard measurement of a foot, knowing that that's 12 inches. But throughout history, we wanted to create sort of a standard system, and the metric system came into play to do just that. And so this graph here or this image, I should say, shows when each country kind of adopted the metric system as their unit of measurement for different quantities. And the nice thing about the metric system, it's all based on powers of 10. So our number system is base 10. This metric system is base 10, so it's kind of nice. And so the black countries that you can see the US is certainly in there. Those are countries that have not adopted the metric system yet. So there's a few that remain yet that still use a different unit of measurement. In the US, we use the imperial system. Okay, but now this metric system is based on 6 main units of measurement. So for mass, telling like how much matter is packed into an object, we measure that in kilograms. For the SI unit and the length, we use the SI unit called meter, and so you've probably encountered a meter stick. If you haven't, it's roughly the same as a yard. For time, we use the unit of seconds. Temperature is Kelvin. We're maybe used to Fahrenheit or Celsius, but it is Kelvin. Electric charge we're not going to encounter in this course too much, but it is coulombs. That's the unit of measurement there. And then when we're talking about the amount of substance, in addition to mass, we can also use moles to describe the amount of matter packed into an object. And so there is a handout that is available on Canvas. I'll link it in our calendar, but there's a reference sheet that that has these units of measurement for you as well. Okay. Now, all other units of measurement, so you can imagine there's some things that we can't capture on here, like density. Every other unit that we use to describe a quantity is what we call SI derived. And so you can kind of see how these SI base units feed into the other ones. So we can talk about units of volume, area, velocity, and acceleration just using the standard base units. And then other quantities, so like force, pressure, energy, for example, those are all SI derived units. So that is to say, like a joule is composed of a Newton meter, but a Newton is kilograms, meters, and seconds. So three different units go into making up a Newton. And so I think in the course what we're going to see most is generally a base unit. Okay, but as you move on in science and in mathematics, you will for sure encounter force and energy, and then charge you may encounter, and then Celsius we will certainly discuss in this course. Everything else though generally you're going to see in physics at some point. So that's just a little overview of the SI system and some units that we get from those SI units or base units of kilogram, meter, second, mole, and Kelvin.